going on, party people? We're back with some more Babymonochrome action. This is a round 3 winners bracket match between Tiziown, I'm just going to call Tizzy in this video, and Onraider. Both players have been featured on this YouTube channel, so you can get a bit of an idea of what they can do. And I'm not going to lie, I've been following this tournament for a few rounds now, right? Been covering it on the YouTube channel and seeing a lot of the same Pokemon. And there's quite a few matches I could cover. I have a little bit of time today. And I strategically picked this one because there are some pretty neat Pokemon featured in this match, so be sure to stay tuned. And you can already see a couple on the screen here in that Tizzy's bringing a Numel to this first game of his round 3 match here. Ferroseed, an Abra, a Krogunk, again, a Pokemon we haven't seen too much of. A Golett, am I saying that right? Yes, I am. And a Talo! Who would have ever expected to see a Talo in this tournament? And here we are. Tizzy bringing it. So, very interesting team. Probably the most original team I've seen up till this point. I must say, with the exception of maybe the Goon and the triple Shell Smashers there, though. Other than Zigzagoon, there's quite a few common Pokemon on that team. Here, it's very original Pokemon show. Shout out to Tizzy for the team building here. Onraider bringing a very interesting team as well. Elekid is a Pokemon we haven't seen get too much usage in this tournament. It was a pretty common Pokemon in Babymonothon 1, Gen 9 Little Cup with no Terra. But yeah, we haven't seen too much in this tournament here. Onraider also bringing a Ferroseed of their own. Ghastly, a Timber, very threatening Pokemon in this tournament. I know from first-hand experience. A Volibee and a Diglett. So yeah, let's get into it. This should be quite the first game here. So Ferroseed lead from Tizzy, Ghastly lead from Onraider. Switching out, goes in their own Ferroseed. As Tizzy doubles into Abra here, sets up a Calm Mind in the face of Ferroseed that sets up Spike rather than going for T-Wave or something. And then Encores him into it, so Abra looking very threatening here. Volibee coming in here to take a Signal Beam for 39%. Sets up another Calm Mind. As Volibee fires off Dark Pulse, gets a big crit. Man, did that matter? Onraider saying it mattered. I mean, +1. Abra's quite a frail Pokemon. We know this isn't Focus Sash, obviously, because it didn't take the hit. But, you know, unlikely to be a Violite too, you'd think. Probably Life Orb. Violite Abra would be kind of weird. So, I don't know. Onraider's convinced that crit mattered and apologized for it. Whatever. As far as I'm known, Dark Pulse on the Golett here is super effective. Clicks Ice Punch. Volibee gets the weak armor boost, no freeze. Fires off an Air Slash to knock out the Golett there. Krogunk coming here, taking some Spikes damage. Ghastly switching in for Onraider. Ooh, Vacuum Wave, which obviously Ghastly takes none of. Shadow Ball's a 2-hit KO as Krogunk fires off a Dark Punch. I don't know why I said 2-hit KO, so weird there. Shadow Ball on the Taillow coming in. And Pursuit Traps the Ghastly, that's sick. Elekid coming in here, that was sweet actually. Doubles into Volibee here as Tizzy switches into Numel. Then clicks Dark Pulse on the Numel. No flinch. It fires off a Flame Charge. So this Numel's at +2 now. Thought Flame Charge was +1. Oh, and maybe it's simple actually. Simple boost there. Krogunk switching on the Timber here. This is a sack. Crit. Drain Punch will do the trick there. Taillow coming in. Ferroseed to take the Brave Bird. That did quite a bit of damage. Taillow, quite a threatening Pokemon actually. Quite frail though. Numel coming on the T-Wave, which it won't take any of because it's a ground type. Timber switching in on the Earthquake for 41%. 3-hit KO here, clean, but no Drain Punch to knock out the Numel. Get a bit of that HP back. Taillow versus the world here. I guess there's a Ferroseed in the back, but quick U-turn on the Diglett coming in, doing just over half. Ferroseed switches in on the Diglett here. Just opts to set up rocks, which is probably the way to go here. Yeah, Tailow's going to take a lot from that. Earthquake on the Diglett. Or, sorry, Earthquake from the Diglett, rather. Gets that Ferroseed with a crit. It's a Life Orb Diglett. Taillow switching in here. Taillow versus the world here for real this time. Sucker Punch, and it's going to go for the Quick Attack here. It's Elekid switching in, and it's going to take a Quick Attack, and should be able to follow up here with the T-Bolt. Yeah, so Onraider taking game 1 against a very interesting team from Tizzy. And let's get into game 2 here. All right, here we go. Game 2, Tizzy versus Onraider. And I do apologize. I think all my all my little verbal blips today, I'm just gonna blame that on me entirely. I'm recording this after work, so I'm pretty tired. But I did want to get one in because I have a 23-day upload streak going here as of today with this one. So be sure to support the channel here. I'm on fire lately. It's a good way to just kind of unwind and while staying productive and working towards something. So I like the YouTube channel. It's a lot of fun. Anyways, you guys don't care. Tizzy bringing again another interesting team. I mean, pretty standard mons overall, except for the Numel, of course. The ballsy Numel bring yet again, but it put in a lot of work in game 1. So hey, I don't blame them. And a Anorith. I wanted to make sure I got the name right there. Don't think I've seen this in Little Cup. Does it get Shell Smash? It might. We'll find out. It does get Battle Armor, however. Pretty fast Pokemon, reaching a speed stat of 18, and I'm assuming a pretty respectable attack stat considering its evolution. Along with those two Pokemon, Tizzy bringing in Mindfu, a Chinchou, which I don't know if Volt Absorb, Water Absorb's shenanigans will play too much of a role here. Maybe Volt Absorb if you got T-Bolt on the Abra, the Porygon, or the Ghastly. I think all three of those mons get T-Bolt. Yeah, Ferroseed and a Volibee as well. So pretty solid defensive core there. And an Anorith, which, yeah, I don't know. We'll see what that thing does. On the Onraider side, super standard team here. Diglett, Mindfu, Volibee, Ghastly, Abra, Porygon. Offensive, you got pretty much like the 6 best Pokemon in Gen 5 Little Cup straight up. So, hey, can't really go wrong with that. Let's get into it here. So, Volibee lead from Tizzy, Mindfu lead from Onraider. Clicks U-turn, switch out of there, activates a weak armor boost for the Volibee. Going into his own Volibee here to take a knockoff, weak armor activated. So we might have a speed tie here. Loses the Violet. Ooh, and speed tie victory here to Tizzy, getting the big Brave Bird off. Porygon switches in, traces the weak armor, takes a U-turn, so it's going to get a little bit of a speed boost here on whatever Tizzy U-turns out into. It's Numel. Oh, and the T-Wave block for a second game in a row here. Mindfu switching in to take a Lava Plume, no burn. Lands a high jump kick, does just about half. Another Lava Plume, no burn this time either. Doesn't quite get the kill with the high jump kick. No burn still, and U-turns out of there and gets some regen on the way out there as Ghastly comes in for Onraider. Chinchou switching in to Tizzy. Onraider getting out of there, goes into Porygon to trace the Water Absorb. Nice, that's exactly what you were hoping for. Diglett switching on the Chinchou here on a potential electric move, but goes for Toxic instead. Diglett's on a Balloon. Protect from the Chinchou, but it's going to have to face an Earthquake soon enough. But gets a little bit of toxic damage in the process. Lives the Earthquake and fires off a Surf to knock out the Diglett. So Chinchou bulky with the Violet there. Protect on the Mindfu here is trying to U-turn out. Doesn't quite get there. Brings in Ferroseed. Take the U-turn. Switches out. Ghastly coming in here. Fires off a Hidden Power Fighting most likely. Not doing a ton to Ferroseed, but looking like a 2-hit KO. Chinchou coming in. Just as a sack. Anorith coming out on the Ghastly. Big Will-O-Wisp miss as Anorith clicks Rock Slide. Just flat knocks that thing out. I wonder if it's maybe like CB or something. Stays in. Ooh, I mean, from that damage, maybe. Big high jump kick miss from Mindfu. Just going to knock itself out. That's rough. Porygon coming in here. Traces Battle Armor. Expected would be the ability. Ferroseed coming in here. Take the T-Wave here. It's going to be slower now. Going to take at least one Ice Beam. Gets fully paralyzed on the next turn, so Porygon able to just knock this thing out. In comes Mindfu, threatening this Porygon. Big high jump kick, just going to flat knock it out. As Abra comes out, this thing can outspeed. Oh, is this a Choice Scarf Mindfu, or am I just... Yeah, it's a Choice Scarf Mindfu, so there you go. Charge Beam from the Abra. Gets the boost. Volibee switches in here. As Abra clicks Protect there, that was a good play by Tizzy switching out. Sacks the Volibee to a Charge Beam as Mindfu comes in and clicks U-turn, which is the right play, and yeah, gets it the second time around. So Tizzy playing it patient with a Scarf Mindfu. Just using another Pokemon as a sack to switch up moves there at the end there. So very well played game from Tizzy. Yeah, let's get into game 3. It's a tiebreaker here. Here we go, game 3, Tizzy Onraider. And you know, I I looked at all the team previews before. I don't know how this match is going to go, but the second I saw Chimchar, I was like, I gotta cover this match. A freaking Chimchar. I mean, really interesting brings from Tizzy, honestly. So Tiziown got the Pharaoh Seed, Krabby. How could I not mention the Krabby? I mean, you got the Chimchar and the Krabby. That's nuts. And Axew, which I mean, I guess it's kind of common, but still always a cool Pokemon to see. The Chimchar, man, Babymonochrome. That's what I like to see. And then a Ghastly on Abra, because why not, right? So very offensive looking teams from Tizzy. Probably just looking to set up hazards and then just wreak havoc after that. Maybe get a Dragon Dance off with that Axew. Onraider, again, bringing a pretty standard team, and nothing wrong with that. I mean, just pretty standard, just wear the team down and maybe set up Shell Smash with Omnimite. This could perhaps be a lead Omnimite as well, looking to, or not lead, but hazard setting Omnimite, maybe just looking to set up spikes, stealth rocks and all that. But you could have rocks on the Diglett, I guess. Could go a few ways. It's really tough to say what kind of Omnimite we're looking at here. Yeah, Porygon, Diglett, Abra, Ghastly, Minefield. Let's get into it. So, Abra lead from Tizzy. Porygon lead from Onraider. Switches out into the Pharaoh Seed here. To take the T-Wave. Yep. That'd be the Pokemon you want to take the T-Wave. Doubles back from Ghastly. That is not Hidden Power Fighting, though. That's Hidden Power something else. Maybe Fire. Sub to block the T-Wave, and it fires off a Will-O-Wisp to get some residual damage there. This Porygon's T-Bolt as well. Pharaoh Seed coming back in. Maybe we'll see... Yeah, Hidden Power Fire. Yeah, that does confirm it. Thinking maybe... Setting up a Stealth Rock here. Or a Spike, rather, as a Chimchar comes in and resists the Hidden Power Fire. And goes for the Taunt on the Porygon, so this thing can't recover or T-Wave or anything like that. Mindfood switching in here, takes a Spike. And Chimchar sets up Stealth Rocks. Interesting. I guess that makes sense. The thing could be Stealth Rocker. Mindful you turning on the Pharaoh Seed as Abra comes in, not going to take any hazard damage, obviously, from Magic Guard. Fires off a Psychic just to knock out the Pharaoh Seed. Tizzy switching to Krabby here. Survives a Psychic and then goes for an Agility. Okay, but if this is Focus Sash Abra, which it is, it's going to live and then be able to Revenge Kill, so I don't know. Abra coming out here. This Onraider switches into Porygon, takes some hazard damage, traces Magic Guard. That thing's not going to be taking burn damage, actually, because of Magic Guard. So Psychic's now a 3-hit KO rather than 2-hit KO. And Porygon's able to get a T-Wave off on the Abra as Axew switches in here. Porygon not click and recover, and rather going for the T-Bolt. As Diglett comes in. Misses an Aqua Tail. That's unfortunate. I'm just checking to see if we've seen all the moves from that Porygon. Yeah, definitely got to have Recover last, you'd think. Diglett firing off an Earthquake on the Axew as it sets up a Dragon Dance. This thing got a Dual Chop. Lives a Sucker Punch, Aqua Tail. There you go. I was thinking maybe Dual Chomp for some reason, thinking that was on a balloon. Where I don't know. I'm tired. Porygon coming in as a sack here. As Axew looking to click Outrage there. My Omnimite switching in here. Sets up a Dragon Dance as Omnimite goes up for the Earth Power. Just straight up knocking it out. Abra coming out here. That thing's going to take an Earth Power pretty comfortably with a drop. Fires off an Energy Ball to just knock out that Omnimite clean. ×4, super effective. Onraider going to their own Abra. Revenge killing with the Shadow Ball. Chimchar comes out here. Clicks Protect on a Mach Punch. No Overheat. I don't know if this thing gets Mach Punch. I'm assuming it does. Not going to be able to take a Psychic. And then Ghastly is going to get Outspeed. Not going to be able to take a Shadow Ball there. So there you go. Is that I always forget these speed benchmarks. Oh no, yeah, Abra just straight up outsped that thing. So Onraider staying in the winner's bracket for round 3. As round 4 of losers is just wrapping up this week here. Where Tizzy will be joining the losers bracket going into round 5. So there you go. Still alive in this tournament, of course. Onraider making it to, are we going to be at the final 4, I think, in winners? Maybe? Or maybe final 8. Final 8. Pretty sure. So there you go. Onraider putting themselves in a very good position here in this tournament. And yeah, be sure to stay tuned for more Babymonochrome action here. And yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.